you've had some really big credits. Now you're jumping to full time.
Yeah.
How's that feeling?
Hey, I'll be honest. It is beautiful. It is. I think being married did push me into that direction
Sure.
because it was like, um, I don't have a lot of time to play around with certain things,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Um, for me, beats was not like a playing around thing, but I was definitely not putting my 110% in it. I think maybe, to be honest, I was giving maybe 30% of the energy that I could be giving to music to music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and anytime I really did lock in, it was very fruitful.
Yeah.
And my now wife could see it, my family could see it, and stuff like that. But I never really was like, yeah, let me just, I'm going to do this. Because I started to, I don't know, the gift started to be a money making thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, if I could make money from it, then I'll do it and that kind of thing. And of course, the money's still
Yeah,
necessary.
you got to
You
make
know
the
what I mean?
money. That's a part of it, for
You
sure.
still got to get paid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's also like I had lost the heart of it. I lost the reason why I started. I did not continue to rehearse in my mind why I want to do this anyway. And that honestly is just to build connection to recreate that same inspirational moment of like, I'm hearing my uncle beating down the block and like this music is fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm rapping these lyrics that aren't mine, but I'm feeling them so much, and I'm watching a church feel them so much that they're like, when are you gonna do that again?
Mm-hmm.
I want to make music that's like, when are you gonna do that again? Like we're waiting on the next release. We're
Yeah,
waiting on the next time you specifically make music.
yeah.
And once I fell back in love with that, it was like, man, nothing was able to fulfill it. And I did. I went to go get part time jobs, full time jobs, and everything from behind a desk to IT work. I worked at Moe's for a little bit. I worked at Chick-fil-A for a little bit.
While that
And I was
Chick-fil-A
like,
song dropped, that was crazy.
yeah.
That's
I was
crazy.
working at Chick-fil-A when it dropped. It was so funny because the next day everybody was like, oh my gosh, the song is so good, but like this is so funny that you work here and
Yeah,
it's out. And
it's
I was
really
like,
funny.
yeah, I'm not getting fired for this, right? Like I'm not gonna get in trouble. They were like,
No,
if he decides to
what?
do a music
Why?
video, yeah. He was like, if he decides to do a music video, you can't wear your uniform and stuff. But yeah, you're fine.
That's
I was
funny.
like, okay, cool.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
but yeah, man, just falling back in love with the music,
Yeah.
and then also making sure that like I treat it with the show up every day for it. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
if I do love it, if I love anything, I got to show up every day for it.
Yeah.
If I really love my wife, there is no off days for my wife. Like, hey, could you just sit over there and mind your business and mind yourself,
Yeah.
so that I can recoup and redevelop my love for you or refine my
Yeah,
love for
yeah,
you?
yeah.
No, that's something I got to wake up every day and be like, yeah, like this is definitive.
This is
It's
what we're
not
doing
as
today.
subjective and
Yeah.
up in the air. So that's where full time came from, was just like that. And then also there's a lot of producers in this space that don't know how to be full time other than like I just make a lot of beats and I I throw up a link on my story and pray to God somebody cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, there's a big business aspect of it, and I mean, you're like, what, not even a month in, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm already learning so much. I'm already developing so much on the business side.
Mhm.
And then it's also like this, because of the connections that have happened over the years, there are so many of these like OGs who like Doc Watson from RNG, Ace Harris from Reach,
Yeah.
Derek Miner has been on me a little bit about it. Dark Child from Aliens Alive, TJ, my boy TJ Carroll, Scooty Watt, like they've all been like Shepard's another one
Yeah.
who's like really been on top of me. Of just like get your business side in order because you're missing out on money, but you're also when you're going to these labels and you want to go to these higher levels, there's stuff that you need to know. You cannot float around going, yeah, I've never done that because I didn't know how to do it. You know what I mean? That
Yeah, you
the
gotta
tax
learn.
people the tax people don't care.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
Okay.
I always tell people when they're going into business for themselves, the number one thing you need to get is a good CPA. Somebody like it's
Yeah.
don't do TurboTax.
Yep.
Go find a
Yep.
professional to do it. yes, you will have to pay them, and yes, it will be worth it.
Had to do it, had to do it, had to do it for me and my wife. Like
Yep.
it was like, dude, there's stuff that if you're going to do things in a and you want longevity in it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? For some people, the production thing is like, okay, I'm in high school. Like, some of these producers are kids, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, because they make some of the greatest things
It's
I've
crazy.
ever heard.
Bro.
But they're like, I don't want to make a life out of this. This is just like kind of a hobby. It's almost like logging into PlayStation and hopping on Fortnite type thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
They're treating it like lobbies.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. That's a
but there's
bar.
others who are like, I want to be full time, and it's like, hey, there's some stuff you got to know, and then you also got to know the genre you're in. You got to know who's who, who's where, the managers, the A&Rs, the artists, the songwriters, and you have to learn how to develop those connections. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Content is not everything, but it's super important. It's super
Yeah,
important.
it is.
You got to get past the me. I hated the sound of my own voice. I didn't like the way that I looked, and I was just like, dude, either you have to change something about you to you like what you see and what you hear, or you
Deal
got to
with it.
get over it.
Yeah.
You
I
got to
dude,
get over it.
I heard something today actually that I thought was really apt, and I knew I was coming to this, so I trying to remember, like, exactly what it was,
Yeah,
but it was a guy talking about how people want the end product, but don't want the journey that comes with it.
yeah,
So people the way he said it is people want to be a touring guitar player, but they don't want the hours of practice it takes, the living in a van, the playing to nobody, the really bad shows, the playing with really bad other artists to finally find a band to
I'm
then
telling you.
and then they get on the road and then the life is kind of terrible because you're gone 300 days out of the year. And like if you want you can't dream about the life that you want if you're not willing to put in the work to get there.
Absolutely. And there is no try.
No.
There is no trying. You have to, if you're gonna do it, you have to be definitive about the fact that it's all or nothing.
Mhm.
Like it's genuinely all or nothing, and it's to the point where like if it's all, put your all into it. But if it turns out to be nothing, you need to be willing to. At least for me personally, I need to be willing to let it go.
Yeah.
That's what I think a lot of people don't realize, or at least I'm realizing, is if full time is not for me, the cape might get hung up, man.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. War might be an era that I enjoyed, and I'll
Mhm.
sell the rest of my beats or let them go. But there's priorities now. There's different things going on.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of like knowing, hey, it's time. Like there's no you can't play with it no more.
Yeah. You're also about to be a dad, am I right?
And really about to be a father, bro.
Dude.
I don't got time for
Dude,
games.
I know. And that like adds an extra layer on top of this where it's like
Like, dude,
so I have a 5-year-old.
yeah.
And the when 2021 comes around, we're about to have a kid. I'm like, oh, this
Wow.
is getting serious. And I mean, we've been married for like 11 years this year.
Beautiful.
But
Absolutely beautiful.
I've been doing music full time with part time jobs for forever.
Yeah, yeah,
And, in the last like 5 or so years, I've been doing music full time or music and, freelance work for like full time. That's my only job for the last like
right.
basically since my son was born. And that was a big part of it because it's twofold. It's number one, I need to make sure that if I'm going to make this decision to do this, that whenever he needs me, I am there
Of course.
as the, monetary provider on my side, but
Of course.
also time-wise and focus-wise. But also, with that in mind, bro, when you have a kid, you're half asleep most of the time. You don't
Nope.
have time for things anymore.
Nope.
And so, or at least like not in the same way, you can still make time for things and like figure it out, but like it's not the end all be all, but I will say it makes it a lot harder.
Yeah.
And
And now
so
you move stuff around. You know what I mean?
exactly.
You don't
And
really do
so
something.
taking that time early on to push hard while you have the availability and
Yeah.
get over that hump. I don't know if you've ever like ridden on a boat or a jet ski or something like that,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you're like you have that moment where like the boat picks up off the water.
Of course. Yeah.
Like you got to get to that moment in your career where you're picking up off the water and you're coasting a little bit more,
Say,
so that by the time, your kid's here and, your wife needs you, your kid needs
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you
yeah.
got to
You've
be
got
dad.
structure.
You got to be on. Your
Yeah,
structure's there, your money's there, you got your life right, you got your habits right,
of course.
so that you can like coast on those
Yeah,
habits for a little
yeah,
while you get your new aspect of your life in order.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's all it is, man. It's just like we got to get over this hump. We got
Yeah,
to get
dude.
over this bump, and it's like it's a matter of it's a little bit sweeter because the amount of developing that I've done
Mhm.
is something that like I'm not starting from ground zero
Yeah.
to get to where I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
It was really almost like we were like if this is level 100 is full time, I was sitting at like level 80
Mhm.
for like a regular amount of time, and it's like you just got to ramp it up a little bit. I
Yeah.
got to get my
You gotta
business
lock
side.
in, you gotta put your focus in. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For some people, it's gonna take more because you have to build connections. You have to, you know what I mean. You have to build a discography. You have to build a catalog, all that sort of stuff. Gratefully for me, it's already there.
Yeah.
It's
And
already all
also,
there.
just to be like, for people who are listening who might be on the other side of that, just because
Yeah,
you have a kid doesn't mean you can't do that. It just
bingo.
changes how you do that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Every situation is totally different. To where like even if you're full time, you don't have to get so tied to the full time idea. Like for me, I said, if it doesn't work, I'm quitting. Uh, if it doesn't work, there's like I'm taking a step back from being full time,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Sure.
Which might mean that if I take a step back from full time and I'm like I disappear, hey, I got to, I
Yeah.
have to,
No, that
I have to, I
there are
got
other
to,
people relying on you at that point.
and I
Yeah.
can't tell you that like okay, Warren will be back, so I'm gonna err on the side of you might not see him again.
Yeah.
Like he's okay. Warren might not exist, and Warren might just be oh yeah, he does have a job. He
Mhm.
works IT again.
Sure.
Well, I'm doing IT.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Good
yeah,
fallback.
yeah, 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 yeah. Fallback is IT.
Yeah.
Insane. It's a great fallback.
Great fallback. Yeah.